A laughing child runs from one room to another, and something horrifying seems to chase her playfully. The shifting shadow follows closely behind and disappears as quickly as it came. Some people say this is just a bug in the lens, but I don't think so. Look again, and you'll see the formless blob squeezes itself directly around the corner. I've heard of spirits sometimes befriending a child before possessing them. Hopefully, that's not the case here. But whatever this is, I sure wouldn't want it anywhere near myself or my family. Cranberry juice. It's midnight. Everyone's asleep except for this ghost. Published by The Haunted One in August 2020. This short clip shows a thirsty spirit having a nightcap. Watch closely as the bottle on the counter moves ever so slightly. It slides from the middle of the island to the very edge. Is this ghost about to smash some glass, or is he just playing mind games? Either way, I definitely think this place is haunted. The light-sensitive ghost. This video comes from another country, but you don't have to know the language to understand what's happening. A group of kids appears to have broken into some amusement park late at night and are now exploring the area. Replica of a woman that makes them fall silent. She is very pale with an expression of surprise and displeasure, almost as if she can see them and knows what they are up to. They move their flashlight over its eyes, and the tall figure blinks once at them. The scared group goes off running and later submits their amateur footage to the local news. Drew2727 is watching a boxing match with some friends when he catches an unwanted visitor outside. Please pay attention to the sliding glass window as he pans around. An impossibly large creature with a long, twisted neck appears to be regarding the group from the backyard. I will say that something does feel a little staged about this video, because no one's talking or even looking at the camera as it passes by. But I guess they could have just been a quiet group of friends. This old VHS video from 1999 could have captured a ghost, but I need your help to tell if it's true.
If you look to the right of the two tombstones, you can clearly see a figure standing there dressed in white.
I see the spirit in question, especially when you zoom in. There's a surprising amount of detail, and I can even make out the buttons on their shirt and possibly a long musket. At the same time, I have some other possible explanations as to what this could be. It could be the open space between two trees, where the vivid details are nothing more than a random arrangement of branches. It could also be a cemetery statue from afar. This was taken way before high definition, so it's hard to tell for sure, but I'd still like to get your thoughts. Haunted Explorations. A YouTuber named Nugget Noggin is exploring an old abandoned home one evening somewhere in the deep south. He's been here only once before, and it gave him such a strange and foreboding feeling that he couldn't take anymore, and he had to leave. Now he's mustered enough courage to come back and check out the rest of the house. He wants to get up to the second floor.
All right, I got this little door here to keep the air from rising up, I reckon. I don't know. Could be somebody up there. Oh man, somebody's standing on it. Because I sure can't lift it up.
Much to his dismay, he finds a door laid over the stairway so that nobody can get through. He tries to push on the horizontal door. One moment, it feels as if a heavy force is standing on top of it. And the next moment, the weight is suddenly gone. And Nugget Noggin can get upstairs. Some rooms give him the same weird feeling that made him flee before. He remembers that the front door was kicked in. Possibly someone broke in. Maybe a family was living here long ago, and things did not end well for them.
Won't be able to sleep. Look, there's a light on in there. That's odd. There's a mirror. You know what time it is?
Nugget Noggin doesn't find much else and leaves. When he's reviewing the footage, however, he notices what could be a small girl's face. Take a look at this picture and tell me if it looks like anything paranormal to you. 1987, Redwood, California. Two pyromaniacs filmed themselves bragging about burning down a family's house while they were on vacation.
This is what I've been doing on your week's vacation. I said I'll do it. I said I'll do it.
They probably would have gotten away with it had a farmer not found this tape and reported it to the authorities. The police released the video to the public and were able to identify the teenagers roughly 2 years later based on anonymous tips. At least one of the culprits, if not both, were connected to setting over 24 other fires like this one in the San Francisco area. I found an old news article that doesn't give their names. It says that the teens were found with parts of a skeleton and quotes, other evidence suggesting rituals and worship, though it doesn't go into more detail. Though their identities were never revealed, this single piece of the tape shows one of them dressed up like a ghoul. Who knows how many more fires they would have started had one of their tapes not been found. Creepy lights in a dark basement. A sure sign that something in your house has gone wrong. A YouTuber named The Drum Player 101 has a quick clip of something strange caught on camera.
Lately I've been seeing and hearing weird things in my basement. Let's go check it out.
Oh. What? Go.
Glowing eyes look back at them from within the darkness, and the two scared brothers run away. When they return for a second look, they find it's still there. A small creature low to the ground with large unblinking eyes. They say it's a ghost, but it could be a fake video using their pet cat. I thought it was weird of them to keep their cat in the basement in the dark, but I looked it up, and sometimes they do like curling up in small, isolated spaces. At 13 seconds, it looks like the animal's raising its head like it is taking a nap. Cat eyes can reflect a giant ray of colors, and blue, while not as common, is not unheard of. So I don't believe this video's real. With that said, this video of creepy eyes watching you from the darkness could help explain all of the other similar videos like it. Ghost drift, a phantom drifts past, never to be seen or heard from again. This Ring camera footage was published by Tammy Jackson in December 2019 and captured something incredibly eerie in this person's yard. The footage shows a pale, full-bodied figure drifting across the yard. No features are discernible. It then appears to vanish. That's when the motion-activated lights in the garage are triggered. They shine brightly, casting light across the yard, but nothing is there. A house light's also triggered, but nothing else is in the yard. Do ghosts trigger motion sensors? If not a spirit, who is this? I guess we'll never know for sure. This video comes from a YouTuber named Mike Robbins and his team of paranormal investigators. They're using a modified Kinect camera and special software for hunting ghosts while wandering around the basement of an old abandoned asylum when suddenly, their equipment detects a significant hit.
Can you come back and talk to us? Oh, there he is. Hi, buddy.
Mike asks the ghost for its name, how long it lived here, and if it likes living here, and other questions, but gets no response.
Oh, now he's waving. Thank you. Or maybe he's telling us to go. I don't know.
The spirit does not seem to want to cooperate. It's hard to tell if the ghost is waving at them or shooing them away. If this is an insane asylum, this ghost may want to be left alone. Then again, there's no natural way to verify if the equipment does work, so we'll never know for sure. This recent video was taken somewhere in France. A woman sees a second filter appear next to her and initially thinks it's a glitch. Then, something strange happens that makes her feel otherwise.
Ok, donc là je suis à côté de mon malfaiteur. C'est mon pote. Tu peux tirer la langue, s'il te plaît? Par contre, si tu fais ça...
I don't speak French, but it's pretty clear she told whatever was next to her to stick out its tongue, which it does immediately after. Still, a translation would be appreciated, just to make sure I'm correct, and also to make sure that we get all of the important details from this video. After all, she could be talking about other paranormal encounters for all I know. A woman is absent-mindedly recording her ceiling when her Snapchat app frames the face of a possible spirit before her eyes. What makes me think this could be more than a glitch is how the spirit seemingly responds to what she says. It sticks its tongue out when she challenges it to do so.
What the f? I hope it ain't no goat. If that thing stick your tongue out, I'm getting out.
I guess it could be a coincidence, but the timing is impeccable. A person cautiously follows a winding road at night using only the light on their phone to guide them. They sense danger on the right and look over. Nothing's there, but their feeling of being watched does not go away, so they look over again, and that's when they make contact. A short creature with a portly body atop long legs does its best to escape the flashlight. At 1 minute and 36 seconds, we see that the overall gray coloring of the creature, when under the light, does match the rest of the background remarkably well. There's no obvious blurring around the edges of the creature either, which indicates that this may in fact be authentic, unedited footage. This deep web video of a creepy ventriloquist doll spinning in circles has been causing controversy for some time. The lighting looks like it's from a silent film, though I'm sure it's from a more recent era than that. Some people report feeling dizzy after watching this video for long enough and claim to see the dummy's face change, though that could be their nerves playing tricks on them. Either way, if you somehow know the origin of this video or what is happening here, then please let me know. Rural possession. This footage is supposedly from the 70s and is said to have been recovered from someone's attic in Iowa. You're about to see some shocking clips from this film, but the full version is so violent and disturbing that I can't show everything. The video begins with someone walking up to a possessed person lying in bed. The person is gaunt and still, breathing heavily, staring straight ahead. Suddenly, a nearby door opens all by itself. We can't show you this next part, but the person appears to be ripping their fingernails off one by one while hunched over. I don't mean just a hangnail, I mean the entire nail. The man looks up at the camera and the scene abruptly ends. Apparently, being in pain must make this thing very happy, because it's sitting upright in bed, smiling and laughing demonically in the next scene. The bedridden figure suddenly thrashes around wildly while screaming, and then you won't believe what it does next. It slices away at its lips and neck with a razor blade until it is completely bloodied and disfigured. This scene makes up a large part of the video, but unfortunately I can't show it here. At one point, the possessed man cuts off his lips and stares straight at the camera, his teeth jagged and bloody. The final scene is him slicing away at his throat. It looks like there is no way he could have made it. I hope this is all makeup and special effects. If so, it's very convincing and well done.
Stay tuned for our #1 pick that will shock you.
The teleporter. Two girls are alone in their house when one of them sees something in the doorway. Pause the video, and you can see the upper half of a young girl dressed in old-fashioned clothes from another time. She's floating in midair as she curiously peeks on the two children to see what they're doing. One of the girls still doesn't see the ghost. She shouts at something that's on television and accidentally startles the ghost away. The girl with the camera follows the ghost as it retreats. The spirit instantly teleports and now stares at them from the top of the steps. The scared girls run out of the house screaming. They stop only for a second to turn around from the street. They can see the ghost girl walking across the left window on the top floor. It vanishes and then suddenly appears on the bottom floor in less than a second. They scream even louder and take off again. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.